Welcome to an episode of Show 'em the Cognos. Today, Cascading Prompts. We're using Cognos Analytics, version 11.02. We'll go ahead and sign in the security. As you can see, we have a modern interface that allows us to work with team content, with folders with content inside of it. We'll go ahead and select our model, which opens up the new authoring interface. On our work area, we'll go ahead for this example and just select a simple list. As you can see, we have a series of icons to get to our data, our toolbox, and our navigation elements. I can at any point save this, go in and out of edit mode to play it, and also navigate in other areas. Let's go to our data. As you can see, we have a business-friendly view of our information, our orders data in this case. We'll select a couple of data elements, country and state, and day for our date field. We'll also grab a couple metrics, revenue and cost information. As we drag, depending on where we select, it will create a different data element. As you can see, we created a list. Now we'll go in and select the elements we want to create a prompt page from and use this simple build prompt page wizard, which immediately creates a prompt page with each of the data elements in it. As you can see, we have our country list, but as we select things, nothing happens to the state list by default. But we do have the ability to go in and filter that, which is what a cascading prompt is about. So let's run the report just as is to show you how it works. Note the date element. Because of our metadata layer, it knew it was a date field and created those calendar prompts. We now have Alberta and California, as you can see. We can also easily toggle back in to editing mode without having to go search for a studio as we had in prior versions. Very simple for business users and people authoring quickly. So we can go to our report prompt page, open our properties window, and as you can see, we have our country and state prompt. We would like to make the state point to a cascade source, that of country. In other words, when we select country, it'll filter the states in the state prompt. For purposes of this demo, we're going to shut off the multi-select on the country prompt. We could leave that as is and add a submit button, which would then allow the cascade to happen. So once we do that, we now can run the report, and as you can see, when we select Canada, we're only seeing the provinces. As you can see, only the Canadian provinces are set. We'll go ahead and save the report. We can save it back to either my content or our team content locations, depending on where we have write access to. If we close this, we can now go back to the My Content folder where we saved it. Here's our cost report. And we can, as a business user, go in and have the ability to schedule this at whatever intervals we want. As you can see, weekly, daily, monthly, or even by a database trigger. We have a variety of different attributes we can set, intervals. We can even run this at intervals in a single day. We have options, as we have in the past, for different delivery mechanisms, emailing, saving, and such. And we can also render the report in different formats in one execution. Note the cascading prompts that we had. If we want to set prompts for the schedule, we go in and the cascading capability is as we built it. So this is a good example of how, in a very short period of time with the modern capabilities within Cognos Analytics, you can create a simple cascading prompt just through pointing and clicking. This has been another episode of Show 'em the Cognos.